We're here at the BJJ camp in Cancun. We have come up with a challenge. We have split the class in 3 groups. The first group is gonna pick a topic to teach. The second group is gonna pick the teacher that they want to teach, either myself, Comprido, or Delariva. And the third group is gonna pick if it's attack or defense. Whatever they come up with, let's say they choose me, I'm gonna have to teach a technique based on what they say. And then the next teacher is gonna have to pick up from there, make the sequence, and so on. I never did this before, but let's see what comes out of this. So first group, what have you guys decided?
Close guard bottom.
Close guard bottom. Okay, I hope they don't choose me. Second group, the teacher. Huh? Delariva, okay. Attack or defense? Defense. Okay. So we're gonna start.
So are you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't know if I'm ready now, but 30 seconds you give.
You get 30 seconds to think.
Okay. Okay. Guys, come on in. Semyon. Vai. Pode ser? Não, só. Vai, vou pegar uma. Agora você fazer com desse que me escolheu. Fazer com desse que me escolheu. Guys, guys, of course, everybody knows about this position here, right? For a long time I use this position. It's very good. Eu não tenho nada contra ela. Pode falar que eu não.
Nothing against the position.
Okay, it's perfect. But sometimes when I try to roll his arm, he take it out there, right? And because I think it's so long way to roll. Trap. Okay. When I do this position, what I try to do to control his arm, right? First thing, I push his arm inside, okay, a little bit, to make sure he pulls with this hand. And then I think it's easy for me pass my hand under his arm, okay? But to trap his arm, I said before, I'm so long way, right? And then when I pass my hand, I step and I close my knee. Now I trap his arm, okay? And my elbow, I'm close. And then I think from this way it's more faster to trap his arm, right? And then again, I control both wrists, okay? I push one a little bit, like go to triangle chokes, okay? And then I make sure he pulls a little bit with this arm here, right? Now, same time I stretch my arm, I step my foot on his hip, and then I trap my shin close to my knee, okay? And from here, we start to attack arm bars, okay? Oi? É defesa ou ataque?
Defense. Keep going. It's okay. It's no problem. Não, ele está se defendendo de não deixar o cara abrir a guarda. He's defending, avoiding the guy to stand up. Claro.
Não é? O que você acha? Então vai lá.
I think it's good.
Então você vai fazer esse ataque em mim.
Na minha interpretação de defesa, o cara tenta passar alguma coisa, fazer postura, aí você tem que defender.
Então, mas eu estou tentando defender dessa forma. A sua passagem, não é isso?
Tá bom, pô.
É pra eu defender.
Agora eu vou no braço.
Não, mas eu vou defender a sua passagem.
Eu tô atacando?
Tu tá me atacando. Não, mas eu vou te atacar ou vou defender o...
Não,
O que eles pediram foi defesa por baixo da guarda fechada.
mas defesa de quê? Porque ficou uma coisa um pouco...
Da guarda fechada, foi isso que os caras falaram, defesa da guarda fechada.
Eu acho que...
então eu tenho que abrir a guarda, é isso?
Não, defesa. Se eu estiver fazendo postura, pode fazer a mesma coisa, então, fazer postura. postura para
E
ver
ele faz nada disso.
Não,
You can guard your defending over your stock.
That's what happens.
Você tem que fazer.
Agora,
Defend the pass.
Você por baixo.
Não, mas não deixa de ser, não deixa de ser.
Aí o outro ataca a defesa.
Vou parar.
então você entendeu? Eu tô tentando te atacar aqui.
Isso, é isso
Tô me
mesmo.
defendendo aqui, ó, do teu ataque.
If you're controlling,
Aqui.
you're defending yourself, so especially from close guard.
E aqui eu posso fazer. Não, isso não.
É isso mesmo, dá sequência.
A defesa.
A melhor defesa pra mim é o ataque.
He's saying the best defense is the attack.
Eu vou ter que atacar a minha defesa.
Isso, claro.
Então daqui eu posso me defender do ataque dele, pegando um triângulo.
Best
He
defense.
can defend himself from his attack by putting in the triangle, by
Ambar, eu vou pro omoplata. É a minha melhor defesa. É essa.
very good, very
O que
good.
você acha?
Tá ótimo. Pode seguir, tá excelente.
Consigo, mas sei o quê? Já mostrei tanta coisa.
Não, só
Só para finalizar.
finaliza, vai.
Now, wow. From here, right? Push, control the wrist, right? When I pass my arm under and step on his hips and control the knees is fast. Then you try to roll his arm, okay? And my knee close to his shoulder. And then I trap his arm, okay? It's hard for him to move the arm, to twist the arm, right? And then I start to go to some attacks, né? Para me defender,
Very good.
ok? So, triangle. Mas se eu mostrar todos aí, pô, não vai ficar nada para você, né? Bicho?
Não, tudo bem,
Não,
tudo bem.
mentira. Só o
Para mim,
triângulo.
Felipe.
Just the triangle. Então só o triângulo. I'm still push his arm inside, okay? And to catch the triangle, I open my leg, and then I start to move the triangle. Now I do a good defense. Got it. Okay, guys? Right?
So now, Rodrigo is going to choose somebody to decide if I should follow from top or follow from bottom. Huh? From bottom? Are you sure? Okay. So, control, trap, go for the triangle or the omoplata. And since the triangle is pretty much done, the only detail that I'm sure everybody's familiar is raising, coming, and changing. A lot of times, if I'm having trouble, when the guy gets over here, if I'm having trouble to switch sides with this hand, what I like to do is raise as high as I can, come with my hand and post like this, like a waitress, put it here. When I go down, even if he's strong, he cannot, you understand what I mean? Because I put like this, so I make it here and I post. So when I go down, he cannot keep it. And that helps me to adjust. That's what I would add here, but it's pretty much finished. So I'm gonna add something for the omoplata. So once it happens here, the way we learn, and I have learned for years, is that once you start to get your omoplata, the first thing you have to do is switch your legs to this side. Preferably not locking the triangle, so you have it easier time to go up to finish, okay? And this remains, that's an important thing for you to learn. But I have realized that whenever I go with somebody stronger or bigger than myself, when I get it over here, they manage to posture. And I end up, of course there's always stuff you can do too. But even with bigger people, when I get over here and I put my knee this way, it makes nearly impossible for him to try to posture there. Especially because we're similar weight, but even with if I would do with somebody bigger, just the fact that you're here, imagine you're still adjusting. If you go like this, you're gonna feel when you do with each other. It's very hard to finish. The problem is, I don't have as good control on the hips. Because when you put it this side, you're controlling the hip, trying to avoid the person to roll. When you do this, you keep the guy down, but it's not as good to control over here. So this is what I like to do. When I turn, I hide my other legs. So now I will turn completely to the third position, do this slow, okay? And if the person doesn't roll, she's gonna end up tapping, getting the shoulder hurt. Imagine if I turn this way, it's gonna go like a kimura, you know, the special, exactly position. As I turn, he's gonna end up rolling. Você começa a rolar lá? Yes. I'm aware of that. If I just do this, I can get the sweep, okay? But that's not my intention. I have a submission, I should stick with it. I have to do in one single motion, not to lose the momentum, but I'm gonna stop just so you understand. So, as he's rolling, I'm keeping my motion, okay? He rolls, I'm keeping my motion. This is what I'm doing. I'm sliding my knee in a way that I get over here. That leg passes and go on the chest, okay? So look how I'm putting his arm on the position of a kimura, okay? I'm holding that pass. Why that pass? Because he might come up. So once that pass, the knee goes down to make it harder. So I bring this pass. Many times I manage to adjust over here, sometimes a little bit more on the face. Either way, that's what I have. Now I need to finish, right? He cannot come up anymore. He is stuck. My finish movement is like a heel hook. So I'm going to do this. My hip is over here. I switch sides. So I'm going to do slow, even posting my foot, not to be too aggressive. So that's the movement I do. So imagine his hand is still behind my back here. That's the movement I do. Look. So just by doing this, there is already pressure. Imagine if this was behind my back. So I have here, that's the movement, right? So look, that's the movement. Boom. Okay, and he should finish. Let's go. It's already coming, look what I do.
Okay, so now Comprido has to follow from there. I don't really know how. I'm gonna pick somebody.
Delariva.
Okay, Delariva picks somebody to.
Escolher o que ele...
If it's top or bottom.
É o mais chato daqui, viu? Te falo também. Mas...
Who's the more picky one he's looking?
Vai ser o faixa preta dá mais trabalho, né? You know, black belt dá uma...
Ken.
Vai.
Yeah, the defense from there, né?
Mas antes de chegar no final, né? Claro.
And he's not allowed to say the defense is to tap.
Antes de chegar aqui, ó. Por que não? O Delariva falou que a melhor defesa é um ataque. Vai pegar meu pé aqui agora. O Delariva já sabe deixar de ataque, aí que você the best defense for this is just tap. Vai pegar meu pé.
Okay guys, so situation is not comfortable at all. So I have to try to undo with what he's doing. Okay? So he's putting my arm in 90 degrees angle and he's looking for to raise my elbow above my shoulder line and force my hand towards my head. It's a kimura, the same lock than a kimura. Okay? The pressure is the same lock than a kimura, than a omoplata. So I have to stop that. So first thing I will try to do is stretch my arm. Okay, I said, but then you're going to put your arm under his armpit and he's going to have an arm bar. Even if that was the case, that will be fine because I am about to tap here. If I go there and he's forced to switch his attack, that's already an advantage for me because he could try to escape, you know, as he's doing his transition to attack, I will have my transition to escape. But I will not come here and put my thumb up under his armpit where it will be just to put his hip in and finish me. I will have to rotate my hand completely, okay, put my thumb down. Okay, so my hand is there, here, 90 degrees on his back. I will stretch my arm in once and forcing my thumb down. With this hand here, I will push his bottom leg, because sometimes he was posting here and try to make my life harder. And I start to roll outside. Through outside, I come under his leg and come to the side control. Put the hands in it. if you understand what the guy's trying to do with you, you can always reverse engineer on him. Okay? I know 90 degrees angle is super bad to me at this point on my arm. So first thing I was thinking when I figured out what will be the next is, man, what I can do to avoid that. Then the first thing is, you know, stretching my arm. Just stretching will give him the armbar. So I have to keep pushing my thumb down because he still can armbar me if I don't move fast enough. Okay, he can put his hip in, and even with my thumb down, this don't stop him, but slow him down. Take pressure away from him, so I cannot be lazy here. And then, okay, I'm gonna stretch my arm now. Maybe push his leg. You know, you have to do this, and then start to roll, and try to swing your head under, and go to the other side. Okay? Fazer a sequência inteira? Ótimo. So he trap, okay? Pass the omoplata, force me into a roll. You start to put the pressure, I stretch, and then I just want you guys to swing your head outside. Don't emerge here because he's gonna put me on the triangle again. I should do that just to mess up with Delariva, but so try to swing your head outside, and now you run to the side control. Once again, começo. So in trap, omoplata, force me to roll. As soon as I roll, I stretch my arms and roll in the opposite direction. Swing my head under his leg. Okay? That's right.
Now it's the Delariva turn to follow from there, and I will pick to decide if he's gonna follow from top or bottom.
Bottom.
Bottom. Por baixo.
Saída?
Não, aí o que você quiser, pode ser saída, entrada.
Ótimo.
It's saying
Vamos lá?
great.
Então, você faz em mim, eu vou sair e pá. Pega lá. Tô esquecendo a sequência toda. Faz a pegada. Então, eu saí, isso. Lembra? Filho. Então, isso. From here.
Não, mas...
Okay?
Ah.
Então, from here, I'm skate, right? Twist my arm. Roll. See?
Yeah. But now he wants you to be
Yes.
escaping. Yes.
Vamos lá? Então, vou pegar em você. Você sai de mim.
Não.
Passei, tira foto, ninguém sabe que é a posição. De repente nobody will know what the technique.
Guys, from here, você parou aqui, né? First thing, eu não posso deixar você juntar mão com mão ali. Aqui,
He can never allow the guy to lock.
ok? Então, before he try to control, I'm stand on the ground, ok? Joga pesado, pode jogar. Agora dificuldade, pode jogar. Now, like yesterday, remember when Rodrigo said about the control the foot here, right? I pass my arm same side, okay? Same way, okay? But I don't control the foot because his hand here, I can regard, right? Now I'm going to the third position. To go more easy to the third position, I walk a little bit this side, okay? He still press his shoulder in my neck, and then when he do this, he create a little space here, okay? And then it's my chance to escape. When he put pressure, okay, I walk, I do a little bridge, and then I push his shoulder to pass my arm under his armpit, his shoulder.
right? And then I kick my leg and stretch my leg. From here, guys, I don't stop here, right? I go, if I stop here, he can start to attack guillotines, you know, triangle chokes, with arm, como é que fala? Treino de braço, arm triangle, okay? And then from here, we walk to him, okay? Once again. Now, first thing, step the ground, okay? I need to pass my arm under here. I do like a bridge, pass my arm under him, okay? And then I start to walk. Better because sometimes when the guy roll like this from here, he roll and then he stay, give too much the side, right? And then when I walk a little bit, I stay like aqui é perpendicular, né? Like I try to go parallel, okay? And then I push his shoulder. Now from here, I go to his legs, right? I don't stop here. If I'm stop, vai para um lado ou para o outro. Vai para um lado. Okay, go one side, outro lado. Other side, ok? Volta lá. Vai para o lado. And walk forward, from him go back, right? Never stop when you go to the turtle position. If you stop, you can come both sides. If I walk, you can walk back. Okay, guys? Question?
Only walk and pass. Don't
Yeah,
walk
that's
like
it.
that. Just walk
Just
and
for
pass.
him.
Escape, walk.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Escape and push back.
That's it. Okay, guys? Question?
So you put this inside, you bump, and
Yes,
put this
my
inside.
arm. Like control his foot. Okay? Like, você mostrou isso ontem, de lá do pé para puxar. But I pass my arm under, entre meu peito e teu peito.
In between his chest and my chest, you're gonna swing his arm when he turns.
Mas é importante eu controlar o ombro aqui, because I do a bridge, and then I have a space here.
Bridge,
It's important.
push my shoulder to create a little bit of space.
Push the shoulder.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
his arms escaping between my chest and his chest.
Mas é importante também dar essa caminhadinha aqui, ó.
And then it's really important that you walk sideways before you turn. If you turn with the whole weight over you, because on the end of the day, when he moves away from me, either I'm gonna move up and follow, or I'm gonna follow the chest. If I move up, I give space to him. Escape. If I follow, if I fall, he's out. So that's why he moves in that direction and to make his position stronger and my position weaker.
Você pode, claro, me seguir, mas eu vou continuar aqui, então ganhar espaço para virar e começar a dar para cima de você aqui.
So the more he goes, less control I have, and also the position gets shitty and he's getting stronger.
Alright.
And Professor, the head when you're walking in, is it important where your head's going?
Eu vou ter que olhar para fora, vou virar aqui, olhar para fora.
Like to the side of the body, no, like when you're going in.
But
should you be aiming for the
nesse
side of the body?
momento, quando você já está de 4 apoios, é cabeça no meio ou
Vai no
tem
meio.
direção no
Vai no
meio?
meio.
To the middle. Okay.
Direção no meio.
Tá? Deve ficar de guilhotina essa coisa.
Ok?
Os caras me deram
Go.
uma coisa.
Top or bottom? Top? Okay. But anyway, I thought about the two options, and my idea was I'm gonna keep it simple, okay? As we talk often, sometimes the stuff you learn on your first month of Jiu-Jitsu sticks as the base for all other things that you go around. So what I remember learning whenever I was here was to never hug like this, which is a common mistake that beginners do. What you have, and gives many options, many openings, yeah, for you to get trapped. What you have to do right away is, if somebody's searching to go towards your legs, you need to stop. So hands in front of the shoulder. It's just like this simple defense for a double leg, which is hands in and you sprawl, right? There are more details into it, but that's the basic idea. So that is the same idea. He's coming forward. I'm going to try to stop him. If I can put it on the ground, even better. When my hand is like this, it's harder for him to go forward. And I should make my hips heavy, especially if the guy is trying to grab it. So I do this. Now I want to go around to his back. If I just go like this, he follows with the head. It's hard. So what I need to do is make sure my hand switch to the side that I'm trying to go. Okay, so from here, it switched here. Now I have this arm free to keep going. Very important, reach for the shin. That way I prevent him from standing up the leg, maybe even sliding to the guard and all this. So I come over here, switch here, walk, and then from here depends what you're gonna do. Once again, imagine now I want to go to the other side. I have stopped, make myself a little bit heavy, so that comes to this side. Boom, stop, always on the ground. I'm not just using my strength against his strength. I post on the ground, so I make it stronger. I make like a pole on the ground. So now I'm free to go to the other side, turn it in, and from here it depends. I think it's going to be Comprido's problem to keep going. Okay? So let's stick with this one. Fundamentals, very important. Go.
Vamos encaixar assim pro próximo fazer alguma coisa, né? Você não cai muito encaixado.
Okay.
You can take it back from there.
To complete the sequence, Comprido is gonna show, and now, yeah, Delariva choose who's gonna pick top or bottom.
Esse cara tá me perguntando coisa pra caramba.
He's gonna get somebody who has been asking him a lot of questions, so he's gonna
Vou colocar pro Comprido.
put it. Guile. Não, é top. Você escolhe top.
Okay, so I'm here on his back, okay? I don't like to stay right behind him, especially with my knees on the floor. If I have to put, because now it's easy for him to put his head down and his butt up. Okay, if his butt goes up on the air, he can roll and put me on the guard or do all the turtle guard stuff. So when my knee is on the floor, I have too little weight on my hip. So if you want to stay behind your opponent, you have to put your hip above his hip and stretch your legs. Now, I force his hip low again. And it's kind of, what's the name of that thing?
Seesaws.
No, the kids on the playground. Seesaw? Yeah. So his butt goes down, his head goes up. His head goes down, his butt goes up on this position. So what I normally want is his butt down and his head up. Or I will not say that because sometimes I want a butt.
What? I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna cut this part out.
Yeah, of course.
It's gonna go into the website.
If I do think I want his butt down, right? So, if you
You're not gonna see that on the website.
you control like that. No knees on the floor, your hip over there. Okay, that's one way to do it. Another way I like to do is come with my knees sideways and press his leg. Because if I just come here, he's going to stretch his leg and sit guard. Okay? They're going to put me on the guard. So I need to keep pressure here to stop him to sit guard. And then normally, as I do that, I hold inside his leg and I bring my elbow inside and I put weight over this leg to make it harder for him to pull guard. Okay? So if I try to come with my hand here, he really feels a threat, you know. He doesn't want my arm in front of his neck. Doesn't matter if there's no gi, nobody wants the stuff like that. So what I will do is I'm going to start to hanging out in here and I'm going to put my hand on the back of his head. Okay, I'm going to swing and I'm gonna lock my guillotine through here. Okay, I was on his back. I could start controlling his elbow, put my weight and pulling him towards me. So now it's weight on this leg, making it harder for him to move. Okay? I like to deal with the weight a lot, you know, forcing the weight to my opponent to help me and make his life harder. So I pull his weight here, this leg will be much harder for him to stretch. Okay? So I get him in here and controlling. So now I start to go, can come in here, can start to come in here. You know, that's how Jacaré locked his guillotine on the Musashi. He just was in front of him. And I will be there in 1 second. I can even pull him and then I move in front of him. Once I lock my guillotine, I don't want to pull him to the side control. It has to be guard or half guard. Okay, so I lock and then I slide my leg. Now what's important is I put all my weight above his head, not straight. Okay, many times people come on the guillotine and try to come here. Then his head might slide, then he put pressure on my neck, and I'm releasing the pressure. You know, I'm spreading the energy of my attack. I want to concentrate all the energy to my attack around his neck. So when I come in here, what I want to do, I want to fall on top of him and keep this pressure really close to him and with my weight in here. Okay? Don't commit the mistake to put your back on the floor and try to go straight up. Once again, the floor will limit your motion, your angle to your body. So over and over and over we see when we go to the board, we don't want to be flat. We always want to be on the shoulder, most of the time. Okay, Jiu-Jitsu is really hard to say never. I will never do that because there's so many situations and once in a while, but almost never I want to have my back flat on the ground. Okay? So if I was behind him, I really have to keep weight on my hip and keep his hip down. Now his neck is up. If I was searching for his lapel, it would be much easier. If I was searching for his arm, okay, so I have an opening here to attack. So you're gonna move in here, okay, try to force your knee forward and kind of pull him a little bit over his leg. Okay? You can come in here under his armpit, or you can, hang it up, put your hand here. Okay? Now when I switch in front of him, even if you go for an arm triangle would work. Okay? I just prefer to do the guillotine. Force your arm as deep as you can. Really lead your elbow to the floor. Okay? Now you pull him up and get him on the half guard. Okay? And put pressure. You should stay here on top of his head and put in the pressure with your half guard or your guard closed. Okay? Let's try. Good.